everyone. We begin on page 2, I believe. Hine Matov.
Hine Matov u'manayim, Shabbat achim agam yachad. 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 Shabbat Shalom to everyone who's here in person. Welcome to everyone who's joining us from home. We welcome you as well. It's so good for us to be together in this way. This is a really hard Shabbat. And there are no words to adequately express the way I'm feeling and the way I'm sure that many of you are feeling in the wake of what happened yesterday. The first official return of hostages who came home not like the others into the arms of their loved ones, but who came home in coffins. If you look over at Ari, he's wearing an orange hat. And he's wearing his Batman shirt. And that, of course, is because of the Kfir boys who had this beautiful red hair, orange red hair. And because Ariel, the older of the two, the 4-year-old, loved Batman. And many of us are wearing some red or some orange today. Got a little orange in my kippah. In memory. In loving memory of those beautiful children who are no longer with us here on earth, but whose memories forever are going to be seared into the picture that we remember about what happened on October the 7th and all these agonizing days since. And I'll be speaking about that later in my sermon. And the only bit of joy that we could find is that 6 more live hostages are coming home tomorrow. Tal Shoham, Omer Shem Tov, Aliyah Cohen, Omer Wenkert, Avira Mengistu, and Hisham Al-Sayed. And we have their pictures, 5 of the 6, as we have the pictures of those slain hostages, both bookending our bima today as we enter this Shabbat. So I'm going to try and hold myself together and try to find a bit of joy in this Shabbat, for it's good for us to be together. We need to be together tonight. And so let's take a few moments, as we do every Friday. Those of you who are joining us from home, send a message in the chat. A few words about how you're feeling, perhaps, along with a Shabbat Shalom. And those of us here, let us stand and introduce ourselves and say Shabbat Shalom to everyone about us.
How are you? So nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you. Yes, right. Shabbat shalom.
I'll say hello after service. Let us return to our seats and pick up our Sidurim, our prayer book, as we turn to page 6 and join together in the Chadoti.
We're going to do verses 1, 2, and 4, I think. Yeah.
Shabbat, Shalom.
Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Bikrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Bikrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Our service continues with the lighting of the Shabbat candles on page 8, and we invite up Leslie Weiss for the honor of lighting candles this evening in memory of her beloved mother, Gail Weiss, and Michael. And we begin by first lighting this candle of solidarity with the hostages still held in Gaza. And we light it to keep the flame alive, to keep hope alive that they will come home and return to their families. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'adlik ner, le'adlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. We continue on page 9 as we call each other to worship with the Baruch Hu, and we rise either physically or in spirit.
This is Israel, Adonai, our God is one. This is
Please be seated, and we continue on page 10. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher Anochi Metzavecha Hayom Al Levavecha Veshinantam Levanecha Vedibarta Bam Veshiftecha Bevetecha Uvlechtecha Derech Uveshochbecha Uvkumecha Ukshartam le'od Ayadecha Vehayu letotafot Bein einecha Uchtavtam Al mizuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tizkeru Ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim V'hiot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. We read together on page 11. Standing at the water's edge, the sea spray on your cheek. Close your eyes and feel within the beating of freedom's drum. Listen closely to the breeze. Do you hear the music of the ages? O God, you beat the drum. You are the song. You are the wonder in each of us. With joy and awe, we sing to you this song of freedom.
Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Adonai. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
We continue now on the bottom of page 13.
That's actually on the top of page 12 with Hashkivenu.
Right.
Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things. Keep us safe throughout the night till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, say thee, God, wrong from right. Continue on the bottom of page 13 through the page 15 as we rise for the tefillah for those who are able.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi akita hilatecha. Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi akita hilatecha. Oh God, open up my lips as I begin to pray. Oh God, open up my lips as I begin hilatecha, Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nechem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'Ezra Sarah,
Ata gibor
Le'olam Adonai, b'chayei hakol, Ata Rav le'Hoshia, Mechakel Chaim b'chesed, B'chayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayim emunato, Yishelei afar, Michamocha ba'gevurot, Umido melach, Melech be'mit, Umechayeh, Umasmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman nata lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, B'chayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom, Yehallelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. We continue in the middle of page 15. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amcha Yisrael, Utfilatam be'ahava tekabel, Uti l'ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, sha'otcha levadcha be'yir'ah na'avod. Be gracious, O Lord our God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. May our worship always be acceptable to you. Modim anachnu lach, she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu, magen yishenu, atahu lador vador. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more,
we offer thanks. Shalom Rav, top of page 16.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Shalom Raha Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Raha Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim
We take a few quiet moments now with prayers and thoughts for peace on our hearts and in our minds as we turn inward and pray the prayers that come from our own hearts. Tfilat Halev, the prayer of the heart.
Baruch atah Adonai Haperei Sukkot Shalom Shalom Aleinu Me'hakol Amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Haperei Sukkot Shalom Shalom Aleinu Ve'hakol Amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'hakol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai Haperei Sukkot Shalom Shalom
say thank you to Steve and to Beth and to Lindy for sharing us through the gift of their beautiful music, a prayer and song. And twice tonight, we've prayed for a shelter of peace to be bestowed upon us and upon the people of Israel, and we really need that. As I mentioned in the beginning of our service, yesterday was a really difficult day for Israel and for all who love her. After more than 500 days since October the 7th of 2023, Hamas, as part of the ceasefire agreement, turned over the bodies of Israelis who were murdered in captivity. As a part of their propaganda campaign, they said that the hostages were killed by Israeli airstrikes. We were pretty sure that that wasn't true. And now we know that it's not. The forensic evidence gleaned from examining the bodies proves otherwise. They were brutally murdered in the most horrific way, not by Israeli airstrikes and not even with a gun in the hands of a terrorist, but by human hands, if you can call those monsters human. Before yesterday, we had all held on to the hope that maybe, just maybe, they were still alive. That Oded Lifshitz, the oldest hostage, and Kavir and Ariel Bibas, the two youngest hostages, that they somehow survived and would come home with Shiri, their mother, to the waiting arms of their loved ones. But now the reality was staring us in the face. They were not coming home alive, but in coffins. And if that wasn't bad enough, Hamas made a macabre show of it with a huge ghoulish poster of Prime Minister Netanyahu made up to look like a vampire, dripping with blood. And the coffins lined up on a stage next to Hamas rockets. And beyond the masked terrorists strutting in their uniforms with their colorful headbands were thousands of Palestinian spectators in a festive mood. Some with their children, even babies held in their arms as if they had come to a sporting event or some big celebration, with music blasting and candy being distributed. It was all so horrible that Israeli news sources did not broadcast it on Israeli TV, sparing an already traumatized population from unnecessary agony. And it pains me to stand here this evening sharing all this with you. But you know, I think it's our responsibility as fellow Jews and as human beings who value morality and truth to bear witness to these events. We can't just bury our heads in the sand or turn the channel to something more pleasant. Perhaps it's not a coincidence that our Torah portion this week, called the Mishpatim, which means laws, is filled with divine commandments about morality and justice and our obligations as a people, not just to God, but to our fellow human beings. It contains 53 laws, to be exact, more than any other Torah portion, that cover both practical, everyday things like our responsibility to return property if you find a wallet sitting in a parking lot, and weightier issues like laws against murder and, ironically, kidnapping. And all within a sweeping context that stresses the dignity of the individual and bringing holiness into the world. It's all about the antithesis of what we are witnessing in the hell that is Gaza and the fundamentalist Islamic death cult, which is the only way that you can describe Hamas and the other terrorist groups that have doomed the Palestinians to self-destruction. They are bringing it upon themselves. I know these are strong words that you're not used to hearing from me from here. But they reflect accurately, I believe, the reality of the conflict, which is not about territory and it's not about peaceful coexistence, land for peace as we deluded ourselves into thinking. We tried that several times. And they said no. They have been clearly telling us what they want all along, which is the destruction of Israel and death to Jews. But we just didn't want to hear it. And to our disappointment and outrage, although I guess we shouldn't be surprised, the moral depravity of Hamas and its partners is largely ignored by so much of the world, or is excused away or denied or given a pass. And that's what I want to focus on this Shabbat Mishpatim, when we read the portion that is sometimes called the covenant of laws. Now, instead of rambling on in my anger, I'd like to share with you part of an article written by Seth Mandel that appeared in Commentary on Tuesday this week. He titles it, "The Meaning of Kfir Bibas." And I share it with you to honor the memory of Kfir, the youngest hostage, and to help us see and understand the conflict through the lens of a world so lacking in moral clarity. A world that could take a lesson or two from this week's Torah portion. So here in part is what Seth Mandel wrote. To be Jewish has meant experiencing a crushing disappointment in the world since the Hamas attacks that started this war. The stray line in one of the many articles about the Bibas family today unintentionally offers a crystal clear explanation for that disappointment. For many Israelis, the New York Times writes, the story of the Bibas family has become a symbol of the brutality of the Hamas-led October 7th attack. That sentence, he writes, is accurate. But in another universe, one where the international community cares a whit for justice and human decency, the sentence would read this way: for everyone, the story of the Bibas family has become a symbol of the brutality of the Hamas-led October 7th attack. Not just Jews or Israel, but everyone. In such a world, he writes, the faces of the Bibas children would be everywhere at all times. In a world in which we live by contrast, posters with those faces get torn down from bulletin boards. In the kind of world we hope to deserve to inhabit, no children's charity, nor NGO would go a day without drawing attention to Kfir and Ariel and the monsters who stole them. The crimes against the Bibas family are indeed the symbol of the anti-civilizational menace that is Hamas, but also the cowardice of the political and cultural leaders of the enlightened West. Yes, we should be ashamed of our fellow Americans who not only won't mention the Bibas family, but won't even learn the names of a single American hostage held in Gaza throughout the war. At last year's Oscars, a line of pro-Palestine stars, Mark Ruffalo, Billie Eilish, Ava DuVernay, and others, wore a pin of a red right hand that is meant to valorize the murder of Jews. In a just world, all these celebrities would instead be using their time on the red carpet to do anything at all, other than express public sympathy for the Bibas children's kidnappers. It shouldn't be only Jews who see Kfar Bibas' smiling face and bright red hair when they close their eyes. In that famous picture of baby Bibas, he's holding a small, pink, stuffed elephant. Kavir's relatives spent over a year searching the rubble of Nir Oz where the family lived for that pink elephant. It turned up finally in January in what his aunt hoped would be a good sign. As the pro-Palestinian mobs filled the streets of every major city to celebrate Hamas's slaughter, Jews around the world looked at them dumbfounded. They kidnapped a baby. How much does one have to hate Jews to side with the monsters who kidnap babies? A lot is the answer. An unpleasant realization Jews came over the past 16 months. Kavir's face became a symbol of the conflict because it represented a line that had been crossed and cannot be uncrossed. Members of Congress giddily attended Tentifada, demonstrations that were no longer simply pro-Palestine or anti-colonial. They were about defending those who stole Kfir from his home and dragged him to Gaza, where, according to Hamas, he died. And it is impossible for the rest of us to pretend that we didn't see a chunk of society, whether in person or online, rush to cross that line and cheer the people who kidnapped a baby. Fear became a symbol because he is the answer to every relevant question about this conflict. His case is the war boiled down to its essence. Fear is the dividing line. In a better world, there would be no one standing on the wrong side of it. That's the article. Those are strong words, I know. But they reflect a sad reality that we must all face, and one that we all must combat. We need to educate ourselves. And we need to educate our neighbors who aren't really paying much attention. And we need to call out the hypocrisy of those who condemn Israel and excuse away the moral depravity of those trying to destroy it. the attack on human decency that's right there for all to see. They put it up online themselves. Now, I was taught in rabbinical school that even a stern lesson or a heavy sermon should end, if possible, on a positive note, on what we call a nechemta, words of consolation. So, I'll share with you now some very uplifting words that I heard yesterday on a Zoom call with Micah Goodman, a leading Israeli intellectual. Lindy and I met with him when we were in Israel a year ago. This is a small piece of an hour-long interview, but it's my favorite part. And you'll see why. Here's what he said. I want to pick up on two things that I hope American Jews picked up on. First of all, in this war that's lasted 16 months now, we have seen both the worst of humanity, the Hamas monsters who Israelis experience as modern-day Nazis, and at the same time, the very best of humanity. We saw human greatness in Israeli society at the very beginning of the war, the bravery of our soldiers who risked their lives running to do battle with the terrorists to save lives. We saw human greatness in the behavior and in the attitude of our hostages who came home, hearing now the stories of what happened during their captivity. Take Agam Berger, for example, who tried to keep kosher the whole time she was there to remind herself that she's Jewish and to stay human, even in those impossible conditions. And there's Emily Damari, who asked to trade places with Keith Siegel to let Keith come home first because she felt he needed to come home before her. And Leary Albag, who also asked to stay behind with Agam and not let Agam stay there alone. It's hard to imagine a higher performance of humanity than what we see among these people who are not soldiers in special units. They are ordinary, regular Israelis turning out to be extraordinary human beings. And let's not forget Gadi Moses, 80-year-old Gadi Moses, who survived on a piece of bread and an olive twice a day. And when he came out after nearly 500 days in the tunnels of Gaza, the first thing he says is, we have to rebuild. Where does that fortitude come from? It's not only something very powerful, it's also something very therapeutic. Because even when you lose, when you see this world going crazy, and we start to lose faith in humanity, these people come back and remind us there is humanity at its very greatest and at its very best. And another thing to notice about this hostage moment, he said, and I'm sure it's not only Israelis, it's the entire Jewish world. We're seeing Agam, and we're seeing Emily and Gadi, and we're seeing them all coming home. And we don't know these people, right? We've never met them. We don't know their family members, and yet we're experiencing them as our own brothers and sisters. And that's the collective experience. So we're experiencing a very powerful moment of solidarity. And what patriotism does when it comes from the very best place, it doesn't cultivate hatred of the other. It cultivates love. Love for your own family. Love for your own community, for your own nation. And so we're seeing patriotism at its best. Not only Israel, but the entire Jewish world. I loved that. I hope that I have given you tonight what you needed to hear. Both the outrage we must together process in the wake of yesterday's events, but also words about extraordinary Israelis that remind us there is still good in this world. And there are incredibly righteous people. Today, we mourn. Today, our rage burns with contempt for the cruelty and lack of humanity shown our people. But tomorrow, we will welcome home 6 human beings, 2 of which have been in Hamas captivity for nearly a decade. They will need our support and our love and our strength. If today is about mourning and anger, tomorrow is about building. And tomorrow is about resilience. The memory of Ariel and Kfir will live on as a reminder of the evil we face and that still exists. But let us take inspiration and strength from Leary and from Agam and from Emily and Gadi and so many extraordinary Israelis. And may their righteousness and all the light that they bring into this world be the answer and be the response to all that darkness. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Amen. We pick up our Sidurim and we turn to page 20 for Seder Kriyat Torah, for the special reading of the Torah. And I invite onto the bima for the honor of Hakafa, Casilda Cruz Vasquez, and I ask you all to please rise either physically or in spirit.
Ki mitzion teisei Torah. Ki mitzion teisei Torah. Udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah. Beit Yaakov lechuvanelcha be'or Adonai. O house of Jacob, come, let us walk in the light of our God. Verklempt.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Al Shloshah Devarim. Please be seated. So how many times have I recited that line?
That's why we have a goodbye.
It's kind of ironic because, Beit Yaakov, the house of Jacob, my Hebrew name is Yaakov, and I couldn't find that in my head. But maybe there's something behind it, Jacob wrestled with the angel, and his name was changed to Yisrael, one who struggles with God. So maybe it's all a part of the process, right? We have to struggle and sometimes forget. You heard in my sermon our Torah portion this week is Mishpatim, and I want to share with you a short poem written by Joanne Fink about Mishpatim. Holy source of love and life, make love the lens through which we view the world. Enable us to see promise instead of limitation, and beauty instead of imperfection. Fill our hearts with love so there isn't room for fear or negativity. Allow us to see the unlimited potential in everyone we meet and look beyond someone's character flaws to the spark of holiness inside their soul. Let love envelop us. Let love connect and consecrate us. Let love through us, flow through us, and make us whole.
Amen. That's beautiful.
Robin and Michael?
Robin and Michael, and let's have Mary Ann join also. Yesterday, Robin, Michael, and Mary Ann and I attended an event called the Interfaith Tea. It's an annual event held here in Stockton, whose purpose it is to connect us. So with other faith communities and people who are interested in repairing this broken world and bringing wholeness. And it was a joy to share the day with them. And if you'd like to follow along in the Chumash, in the large blue book, we're reading on page 591.
And you heard about that tea. It's an interfaith gathering of members of churches from all around Stockton, and they had representatives this year from the Sikh community and the Muslim community, and of course Temple Israel. And all I can say is we need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Buddhists. Thank you for reminding me.
It was wonderful.
They have the tastiest food on the table in there, don't they? Sushi. Sign me up.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayishlach et na'arei b'nei Yisrael vaya'alu olot, vayizbechu tzvachim shlamim, l'Adonai parim. Vayikach Moshe chatzi hadam, vayasem ba'aganot, v'chatzi hadam zarak al hamizbeach. Vayikach sefer habrit, vayikra be'oznei ha'am, vayomru kol asher diber Adonai na'aseh v'nishma.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu et emet, v'chayei olam nata betotenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. And thank you all for your organizing and your baking and your participation and everything you do.
Michael's cheesecake.
Michael's cheesecake. Oh my goodness. Boy, did I make a mistake by not going. I missed out on all that. In the presence of our Sefer Torah, we like to say special blessings. And especially blessings for good health and for healing for our many friends and family who are facing challenges in their life, some of them physical ailments, some of them emotional or spiritual turmoil in their lives, and we want to be there for them, offering them love and support and whatever they need that we can do to bring a little bit of strength. Those of you at home, if you have names that you'd like to add to our list, go ahead and send them to us in the chat. And these are the names we have on our list this week: Randy Watkins, Gabby Lopez-Smith, Victor Altman, Samantha Porteous, Barry Klein, Brooke Hall, Leslie Hirschfield, Judy Platt, Liam Ledesma, Michael Hall, Bill Meyer, Sherwin Sobel, Autumn Larrick, Philip Greer, Paul Preciso, Danny Rifkin, Shoshana Ruth Badchana, Angelina Maciel, Evan Sampson, Stu Jacobs, Jim Morris, Lindsay Merrill, and Sipora Batsara. And I invite anyone here who has names to add to the list to please say them aloud.
Carol Harris, Linda Long.
Let us join together on page 23 in our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. to those names mentioned aloud here and everyone here at home and in the sanctuary, the same blessings for refuat hanefesh and refuat haguf, for healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim. Blessed are you, O God, who heals the sick.
Amen.
Amen.
Continue with a prayer for our country and the state of Israel.
Guardian of life and liberty, grant blessings to our country. Grant our leaders patience and wisdom. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and may we never be lazy in the work of peace. Eternal God, grant blessings to the state of Israel. Protect her people, shelter them with peace, and grant them deliverance from the violence that surrounds them. May they live in harmony with one another and with their neighbors. May the bonds of faith and faith that unite Jews of all lands be a source of strength and blessing to each of us and to all the world. And let us say, Amen. Please rise.
Vezot HaTorah
Asher Sam Moshe Lifnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai B'Yad Moshe
Ki lekach tov
Natati Lachem Torati Al Ta'azovu Eitz Chaim Hi Lama Chazikim Ba V'Tom Hecha Me'ushar Delacheha Darchei Noam V'chol Netivotecha Shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. Page 25. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegoraleinu kechol hamonam, vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai lemelech hakol haaretz bayom hahu Yehieh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. Those of you who are joining us from home, if you have names of loved ones who have died in the past year, we invite you to send them to us so that we can say them here in this holy place.
And if you're able to see this poster, please focus on it as I pay tribute to the following hostages who were returned to Israel yesterday, to their mourning families, and to a nation in mourning. Oded Lifshitz, at 84, was the oldest of all hostages taken. His grandchildren called him Super Grandpa for his wisdom and love. He was a founder of kibbutz near Oz, where 1/4 of the residents were either murdered or taken hostage on October 7th. His wife, Yocheved, was also kidnapped but released in November of 2023. Ironically, Oded was a longtime peace activist who transported Palestinian patients from Gaza to Israeli hospitals. He would regularly go into Gaza to, as he would say, meet my friends. He dedicated his life to helping others. Kfir Bibas, less than 9 months old when he was kidnapped, was the youngest of the 250 hostages. He was taken hostage with his 4-year-old brother Ariel, a sunny, red-headed youngster who loved his brother and loved Batman. The whereabouts of their mother, Shiri, is still unknown as we wait for word if her body has indeed been returned today. These aren't just names, they are beloved people.
With families who cherished them, with dreams and futures stolen from them. We grieve not only for them, but for all the precious lives lost, including 4 more deceased hostages who will be returned next week. May their memories forever be a blessing. Is there anyone here who is in mourning, the first year of mourning the loss of a loved one? We invite you to stand and share with us the names of your precious loved ones.
Grace Messenger.
And the following names are the names of loved ones who have a yortzeit, the anniversary of their death sometime in the week ahead. If I say your loved one's name, won't you please stand? We remember with love Helmut Stern, Vince Lopez, Carol Blumenthal, Werner Epstein, Zevi Blum, Ernst Haas, Lou Cohen, Jacob Zatz, Bill Zenner, Sandy Senderoff, Izzy Corin, Gail Weiss, Sidney Cooper, Benjamin Royce, and Jerry Rothman.
I'd like to add these names: Miriam Mamber, Dave Reichel, Sharon Scanoni, Richard Solomon.
Is there anyone else present who is observing yortzeit this week? Zichronam livracha. May all their memories be for a blessing and a never-ending source of strength. And along with our own loved ones, we hold in our hearts all those who have died in the conflict, all the innocent lives taken. As we remember the 6 million, so many who died in the Holocaust, leaving no one to remember them. We take them all into our hearts along with the memories of our own loved ones, and in solidarity with the mourners, we rise as we join together on page 26 in Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, b'yalma divra cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mivarach le'olam
U'mei Almaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalehu v'yitalal shemei l'kudisha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shmama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved. And let us say, amen. You may be seated. It's a pleasure to invite once again onto the bima Casilda to share with us the announcements for this Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to Ari for connecting us with our family and friends who are joining us via the live stream. Beth and Steve, thank you. Thanks a lot for playing wonderful tonight. At 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 1st, Savannah Raili, the daughter of Charlene Balfour, will be called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. The congregation is invited to share in this simcha. This year, we are celebrating our 50th food fair, and our first fan shop is this weekend. We will be making hamatashen tomorrow and Sunday. Come by anytime 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to lend a hand. Fan shop chairs Leslie Wise and Tina Vasquez, my sister. Thank you for your support. Don't miss our fabulous Purim spiel, Sleepless in Shushan, at 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 8th. Do the Purim mitzvah of sending gifts or food to your temple family and friends. Visit the giving page on our website and make a donation of your choosing to support the women of Temple Israel Mishloach
Manot project.
Mishloach Manot
That's a
project.
mouthful for anyone.
Did you read this week Wednesday newsletter? If not, be sure you do. Next month, we have 2 chances to hear guest speaker, David Seth of the Jerusalem Post, and we'll be creating a mosaic art installation with Isaac Brinker.
These are tough names for anyone.
And his wife, Rabbi Shana. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And Leslie Weiss is here if you have any questions about the Hamantaschen Fun Shop. That's tomorrow. And you can check everything out on our website or in your newsletter. And we have a surprise challah today, or at least one that nobody told me they were bringing. So Deborah made one, and who made the other?
I think
Nita Roberts from the Interfaith. Great. So we have double portion, which is wonderful.
As you're supposed to, right?
That's right.
And so, everyone, please come up out of your seats. If you have a simcha you're celebrating, come join us on the bima. Everyone else around the foot of the bima. Oh, say shalom, shalom, b'ramav. Booyah, say shalom, aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'emrithenu, amen. Booyah, say shalom, aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, amen. Cameron, is it your birthday?
February 28th.
And let me guess, you're turning 13.
Yes, February 28th, 13.
Because her bat
Cameron is having her bat mitzvah
right
coming
around the
up.
corner.
Birthday? When is your birthday? February 26th. That's awesome. Happy birthday to
And
you.
I'm positive you're not turning 13.
Yeah.
He's just turning 13 again.
Yeah,
But he will
that's
be
right.
having a bar mitzvah soon.
That's
That's,
right.
true.
And I turned 64 on Wednesday, so we have lots of fun. Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. To life. And please take if you aren't already connected, the arm or the shoulder of those all about, so we're connected all around the room. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. On the count of shalosh, we're going to turn to the camera in the corner and say Shabbat Shalom to everyone at home. Chad, Shtayim, Shalosh. Shabbat Shalom.
And Shabbat Shalom to everyone here. Join us for Oneg. Have a wonderful weekend.